finds you bottom,
Let me
who
finish.
clothes you, who bathes you, who teaches
Auntie,
you
let me
if they
finish.
don't get a chance to go to school.
No, that's precisely why women should be educated. Because let me finish.
He's agreeing with you.
I know, but
Let me
that's
finish.
not what's happening
Hold on.
over there, maybe here.
Right, let me finish. We say there is a saying that women are the entirety of mankind.
I
Okay?
appreciate that.
They are half of mankind. They give birth to, raise, and educate the other half, i.e., the men. Right? So women are the foundation of society. Okay? Men build the society, but women are the foundation. This is the value of women. Okay? So they have to be educated. People speak to him about Aisha radiallahu
That's what I want to
Right.
know.
Now, Aisha radiallahu anha, yes, she got married to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when she was 6, and they consummated the marriage at 9. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Habibi.
MashaAllah, nice seeing you. I didn't want to disturb you, have you?
No, it's okay, no problem. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
My apologies.
Years old.
أخي يا حبيبي no أخي good they shouldn't have boyfriends
How do you know? She's 18, she's the youngest. Because I know, because I know.
Are you with her all the time?
say alhamdulillah she hasn't got any boyfriends. Why are you trying to make it? Come on
13 in our society, they
Uncle.
can get married and they can
Uncle.
Now here.
You have a daughter, you want a 6-year-old
Hold on.
daughter to be
No, 6 years
Hold on.
old is wrong
Hold on.
reception
Auntie,
from
auntie,
your
auntie.
side.
Why would
Speak to
he
me.
take the
Auntie.
child?
No,
Why would he take
never
the child?
ever happened.
Auntie, speak to me, okay? Ignore everyone else, okay? Because it's just too much, okay? So again, like I said, Aisha radiallahu anha, yes.
You're a nice guy, but you don't have a sister. Do you have a wife?
I have a wife,
Do you
yes,
have
I'm
any
married.
children?
Not yet.
Now,
Okay.
just remember me, okay? That I said,
yeah.
look after your girlchildren.
Of course. Now,
Look after them.
then ask me the question
and
of
let them have
why.
their education. Are you going to stop, if you have a girl child, are you going to stop their education?
Of course not.
Oh, but what's happening over there?
It's I'm not here to defend what Muslims do. I will deal with the Muslims. Yeah, let me deal with the Muslims. Okay?
How? It's inbred in them.
There's a way.
Different. They come up with a
Yes, they have.
identity that
Look,
the man is the power.
It is
the
a problem.
Woman is
It is a problem.
maid,
It is a
servant
problem.
to them.
We say that our wives are our best advisors. The wives are the men's best advisors. This
but
is
they
in
don't
Islam.
even get to
No, but
educate
this is
their
in Islam.
children.
Well, how can they be our best advisors if they're not educated?
Listen, these women, when they're having their babies and they get preeclampsia or something like that,
Yes.
and there's no woman doctor, poor things.
No, then look, in Islam, religiously, if there isn't a woman to operate, then a man has to operate.
Nowadays,
Yeah, I'm with
women
Muslims.
accept
So-
male doctor.
In
Yeah.
Islam,
Over there, sweetheart.
Okay.
woman has more
But I'm not here to
respect.
teach you. I'm not here to teach you. I am not here to defend
All
Saudi
the
or
Arabs
Pakistan.
come and they're
Look,
welcome,
my wife,
right?
look, my wife is Pakistani, okay?
Okay, wonderful.
And I have a lot of issues with what they're doing in Pakistan. I tell my wife about it. I speak to people in Pakistan.
But they can't
okay,
do
about
that
this.
to her here in
No,
Britain.
they
Oh!
tried. They
That's what I'm
tried.
saying.
With my wife, they tried to do this thing to her, to silence her and everything. I stopped that.
Good for
Okay.
you. Shake my hand.
I
God
can't, I
bless
cannot,
you.
I cannot.
Oh,
Okay.
My dear,
Okay.
I'm
I
woman.
don't-
I'm Muslim and I'm very proud of
But
that.
thank you.
I'm Muslim woman.
Alhamdulillah.
Because in Islam, a woman has more respect than others.
So why aren't you
Look, the Prophet.
It's my choice. They have choices.
Yeah?
I'm English.
Nobody knows.
Original English.
Okay,
and
so am I.
and I
I'm born in
reverted
Croydon.
and I
Okay.
reverted to Islam.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I reverted to Islam
Do
in
you have
2000.
children?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm not saying about here. I'm saying where the base of your
See,
religion is in the
Ma'am, what's your name?
East, Jackie.
Jackie, my name is Mohammed.
Okay.
What do you call it? My point here is Islam is a global religion. So for us, it's not about what happens there. We need to.
Your original generations behind you weren't born here, where we believe in the rights of women as well.
But Islam predated the rights of women in Europe.
Honey, where most of the Arabs
Look,
come
the
from,
implementation,
Pakistan over
the
there.
implementation is a different matter. The establishments of the rights of women.
The implementation is allow women to be women.
100%.
sharing,
Why you
working,
don't allow-
educating.
Akhi, please.
Wait.
Akhi,
You're
please.
not
Why you
Oxford
don't-
University.
Akhi, please.
Because you're here in England.
Look.
But over there
What
you
does mean
can't.
that? What you
No,
what does mean?
there we can.
What?
You can.
Here you can.
All
there you can.
My daughters are
Afghan, all of that,
educated.
Have you been there?
We have
My daughters are educated.
We have-
France and but then, I'm in my country.
Yeah, if you not be there, why are you talking about something you
Because
never
I
seen?
know.
Stop arguing
What's
for the sake of
Muhammad
arguments.
taking a 6-year-old little girl. It's just
Okay,
the
why?
perfect-
Why did?
Tell me why.
Taib.
Because she was the only virgin
13
left.
years.
No.
What?
Absolutely not.
13 years.
He wasn't, originally he wasn't even interested in her, okay? In fact, Aisha radiallahu anha was engaged prior to him. She was already engaged. So in that society, that was a norm. Now we're talking 1400 years ago. First and foremost, the revelation came from Allah to marry her. Why? Okay, and that's the question. Why did Allah tell Rasulullah to marry Aisha?
There's one God. Did he tell that to Jesus?
Well, Jesus didn't get married.
No.
No,
But did
okay.
he say it?
But
You can't
Jesus-
get married?
No, he didn't say that. But we
don't know
look,
whether
with
he-
Jesus, look, we're talking about two different prophets, okay? But we're focusing on Muhammad, peace be upon him. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he married Aisha because it was revelation. And even then, when he married her, she stayed with her family until she attained the age of puberty. And that was at 9. So when she was ready to enter a marriage fully, then she came home with the Prophet, peace be upon him. So when people talk about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi
You gotta
wasallam
go
taking
with
her
the
because
times.
she was...
You've got to get more.
I
modern
agreed,
women
agreed, and this is what
have an
Islam does.
opportunity.
Agreed, and this is what Islam does. Islam hasn't put an age limit on marriage, okay? Because in every society, women mature at different ages. However, there is a cultural norm that Muslims have to take into consideration as well. So just because Rasulullah married a 6-year-old, it doesn't make it okay for the Muslim men to go around and start
But I think
scooping up
honestly,
6-year-olds.
that's what the
This is
parents
not what it
teach
is.
them. Like my grandchildren.
You wouldn't
are
find-
taught
but
not
you-
to go out on the street at night. There's taught various
For-
things.
for
And when they
for
reach
their
21,
protection.
they're on their own.
No, but
You
for-
can't
it's for
repair
their
something
protection.
That's already damaged.
It is for their
and
protection.
If they're damaged before, you can't repair it. So I think the mother has a very, and the father.
The mother has a
have
vital
a
role.
wonderful, vital role
Yes.
to prepare them. But so growing up, this 6-year-old child was told that she was going to be sold or given to Muhammad as his wife. One of how many?
Sorry, say that again?
One of how many wives?
Well, he had 11.
Yeah.
Not at the same time. He had 9 at the same time, but he had 11.
Deaf.
Deaf.
Yeah. But look, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
supposed to be
Look,
normal?
the thing is, no. Okay. So what happened is, no, hold on. Okay. All right. So let me explain the history and the context behind it.
Does
Let
your
me-
husband
You're a
have
very
7
nice
wives?
man.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Very nice.
Thank you very much. So are you. So are you. I understand the passion and where you're coming from. You want to look after the women, and I get that. So,
My problem is.
and I'm with you
I
on
guess
that.
I'm just not. I'm
So-
I'm
not
up in my
okay with that.
70s. There's nothing much I can do about it.
Then leave it to the generation that can.
And go to other
Okay.
It's going to happen.
It will happen. It will happen.
Are you
See,
okay? If
I
you
always say to the Muslims, I would say, if you wait for every single person to say, I'm going to do it, then nothing's going to happen. You have to be the one to say, I'm going to do it.
The answer to that is divorce. That's the answer. Divorce. Yeah.
Then
Stuck in the grave.
I've always told people I am one of those people that says, I'm not going to wait for anyone to do it. I'm going to sort it out. All right?
No,
I'm
absolutely
glad
not.
you stand up
Because
for
I'm not that type.
Remember,
And-
you can't lie to the Lord.
Of course.
Allah.
Of course.
We have one Lord.
We don't
Yes,
need
that's true.
We don't need.
And
Yeah, but
what you say,
I don't appreciate that. It's rude.
keep your girl children close.
Do you know, I love that because for
Keep your girl children close.
Of course.
That happens in your environment
Don't
as well.
stop education.
no, it's not just the young girls. It's not just young girls. For us, it's our duty.
Goes on over there.
I agree.
You all escaped. And tyranny and all of that. I know that. You all came to this.
I actually want to go back to sort out the issues over there. But
Really, that's how you think.
But I just want to, yeah. Can I explain to you the 11 wives scenario?
Educated,
So-
I want to hear the other wives.
In the history, prior to Islam, there was a culture where you can marry as many as you like. There was no limit. So Rasulullah, he had 9. Hold on. He had 9 wives at one time. 2 of them passed away. Okay. Now, he had 9 wives. Then the revelation came from Allah that minimized it to 4 wives. Okay, and the 4 wives came with a condition to the men. The men were told you can have 2, 3, or 4. However, you have to deal justly and kindly between all of them, which is an insane task for a man to do. Okay?
Admittedly.
Yes, of course, it's an insane task to do. So this is why that condition was set because only the men worthy of those women could marry up to 2, 3, and 4. If you cannot do that, to you is only allowed 1. To you is only allowed one. This is the revelation.
And that's
But
based
why?
on your integrity.
And that is, no, this is not just on your integrity. This is based on the religion. But the thing is, you cannot get married until people actually know that you are capable of handling and sustaining multiple marriages.
Accountable to people.
No, to Allah first and foremost.
You said people.
No, but because the people, because obviously yes, you're accountable to yourself and you're accountable to Allah, but the people keep you in check. So you need people around you, good people around you, to keep you in check, to stop you from straying from the front. If you have an argument with your wife, you need someone good there to be able to moderate between you two. Yeah. So this is what is required. But why did he maintain 9 wives after the revelation? Because he maintained those 9 wives until he died. Because of Rasul ﷺ, he was given a specific privilege that his wives, because in Islam, if you pass away and your wife passes away and you're still married, you are husband and wife in paradise. So one of the favors of Allah upon the Rasul ﷺ is that he stays with his family in this world and in the hereafter. So he wasn't allowed to divorce them, and what do you call it? And they weren't allowed to marry after him. After he passed away, they weren't allowed to remarry, so that they can all reunite in Jannah. So that's why that was stated. And obviously, we believe in paradise and hellfire. And this is the
Women allowed to marry as many men as they want, or
no. And that boils down to the so in Islam, it goes into intimate aspects as well as psychology, as well as biology. There is grandmother.
She said it's not allowed to you to have a boyfriend. Why? She decided on you. She said.
Anyway, look.
She never said that.
She said.
Anyway.
She never said it because she hasn't said that because she knows I have a boyfriend.
She said.
Anyway.
have no boyfriend. I swear to God.
She said when she was misunderstood.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Why are you arguing with the women?
Don't swear to God on things
But
that are
she
not.
said.
It's not
Okay.
She said she misunderstood.
Okay, listen.
You said you were saying
So-
when she was 13. When she was 13.
At 13, I was not allowed to have a boyfriend.
That's correct.
At 18, where I'm a legal adult, I'm allowed to have a boyfriend.
Let me tell you this, right? The concept in Islam, the concept of a boyfriend doesn't exist. Why? Because if a man is serious about you, he'll look after you. He'll take that responsibility on himself.
That's the same thing as a boyfriend.
No, a boyfriend, with respect, a boyfriend can take what he wants from you and leave.
I think there's a misunderstanding
No.
with the term boyfriend. Boyfriend, as in you are committed to each other.
No,
No one is seeing
The commitment. If a man is committed to you, he will take care of all your needs. He will take the responsibility from your father. That is the purpose of a man. That he takes the responsibility of a woman from the father. And this is why marriage is, yes, today the society is full of boyfriends and girlfriends and stuff like that, but the real relationships are that of marriage. Why? Because women inherently understand
I don't think
that a
you
man...
go from being a child to being married. I feel like there is a...
No, look. I did that. I did that.
Called dating.
No, I didn't do this stuff. I didn't do this stuff, right? No, look, being...
And you're endorsing.
Of course.
And I
But the
see
thing
that
is...
there's some sides of it that you feel need to be changed based on some of the.
Not in Islam. In the implementation of what Muslims do, 100%. But the doctrine of Islam, the system of Islam, doesn't need to be changed. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to us in the Quran that today I have perfected and completed your religion. So if the religion has been completed or perfected for mankind to live, and this is 1400 years ago, and it's a timeless message and a timeless system. So this is why today, me as a Muslim man in the 21st century in England, I can implement Islam without changing a thing.
Stable to be married.
And live in the society.
Why would I get married?
Why you have to get married?
Yeah?
Well, you just told me. You said if my boyfriend asked me to get married, I'd say, well, I'm not financially stable to get married.
You don't need to be. This is, look, in Islam,
He's
you
not
have...
financially stable to provide for me.
Right,
so-
then he should come to you when he's ready.
Okay, so that's the dating period.
No, the dating period is still spending money. Why is he saving up for you for the marriage? He's not saving anything.
Yeah.
And the thing is, look,
It's a personal choice when you feel
look, 100% it's a personal
commit to
choice.
someone.
I'm explaining to you the Muslim perspective, right? I'm not telling you ditch your boyfriend. If anything, I'm not saying that. If anything, I'm telling you get your boyfriend to marry you so you know he's 100% committed, right? You know, get him to marry you, okay? So, look, women are precious to us in Islam. This is why we don't let. For us, for example, I didn't touch your grandmother, right? Because we have this sense that we can't even touch women unless we have the right to, right? This is how valuable you are to men in Islam. We can't even touch you unless we have a right. And this is the value that we try to, this is...
And that in our culture is just being respectful and cordial. You understand
Yes.
that?
Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
would
just
never
of course.
go.
We're not trying to be offensive.
No, exactly. We're not trying to be expensive.
What I'm saying is, I still wouldn't touch you.
I do agree with that. Like, no one should put their hands on. Like the same way I wouldn't go out of my way to touch you.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't. Or
I mean, it's a bit,
if man-
it is a bit,
anyone-
but for us it's, but for us, yeah, because,
She just didn't know.
no, I know it's a sign of
She
respect,
does need to know.
but for me, out of respect, see, obviously it's,
It's your sign of respect.
it's my sign of respect. So us, when women come to shake our hands, we put our hands on our hearts and we're like, you know, thank you, you know, and it's heartfelt. So this is why we raise our hands to our hearts. But we can't touch you because we have no right. Any woman that we are allowed to have a relationship with, or any legal, you know, sort of interaction with, we can't touch them because we have no right. Until we attain that right, we can't do anything. So that entices men. And look at that. And then the psychology of that is that men then get enticed to become men, to become working people, hard-working, providers, sustainers, fathers, because then they want that right. They want that woman, and that's where men start to change and become men.
But then they want other women. See?
And this is part of the reason why, polygyny is allowed.
That's the men, not the religion.
No, it's part of the religion as well. It's part of the religion as well. We know as a society.
I believe that.
No, I mean, like, the religion doesn't force you to marry for.
Yes.
It's your own personal choice.
Yeah.
As a man.
It's a personal choice with conditions.
So you're with a man that he believes only in one.
Yes, my husband is only and I would like to.
So what if it doesn't?
So, okay, that's a good question. That's a very good question.
Because you don't want that. You don't want that.
Yeah.
And
See-
so you're marrying somebody who could. He could change his mind.
but
No offense to him. Is that your husband?
Not taken.
No, no offense to him. But
Well, Allah bless your marriage. Amen.
and then that is when the rubber meets the road, because it's your religion, your marriage, and a decision.
Yes, so in what I believe is, if you sacrifice my religion, you will be rewarded. So if I choose to accept, I will be rewarded. But if I choose not,
But would you be punished? Do you believe that you'd be punished?
No,
if I don't accept,
Yes.
no.
I won't be punished. I have my own right.
In fact,
Fine.
in fact,
Leave the marriage if I cannot take it.
yes. So there is an option for the women.
Get divorced?
She can get divorced. Yeah, a woman is not forced by any means whatsoever to stay in a marriage. This is why.
Talk to me a little bit about how, in a burial, why
Yes.
can't a mother touch the dead body of her son or her daughter? Why?
No, yeah, they can.
They can't?
They can.
Okay,
Yeah.
my mom, my aunt was Muslim, and she died, and her husband was not Muslim.
He was not
That's
Muslim.
why he couldn't.
He was not allowed
He
to touch
wasn't
his wife.
Muslim, so they wouldn't.
This is not true.
Well, he
they
was
wouldn't-
told
they
that
wouldn't-
he
I know he's told, but this is
Very, very
again,
upsetting in our family.
this is why there is an issue with how Muslims implement Islam. Unfortunately, look, the Prophet, peace be upon him, he said it is an obligation upon every Muslim to learn his religion.
Right, and he did not convert. He was Christian.
It doesn't matter, okay? Now first, Islamically, a Christian cannot be married to a Muslim, okay? Now if there was ignorance in the matter, may Allah forgive the sister, right? Because there's ignorance and Allah does not judge or hold someone accountable for their ignorance.
But why, how do you govern who you are to marry? If you
It's not us that govern it.
love
It's not us that govern it.
With a non-Muslim.
It is not us, because it is not us that governs it, it is Allah. And Allah gives us the hikmah, the wisdom. Now, because the man is the head of the household, this is why a woman cannot marry the husband, because Islamically, the woman has an obligation to listen to the husband in what is good. Now, if a Christian man is marrying a Muslim woman and he tells her don't pray to God, to Allah, she has to disobey him.
He never did that.
Yes, no, but the point is,
Yeah,
allowing it.
When his wife
See,
died,
yes.
he could not.
He
touch his
was
wife.
allowed to. He was allowed to. My friend, his mother passed.
Taught me something.
He was
Okay,
told by I don't know if it's called an imam.
Imam, yeah, some
He
idiot.
couldn't
I call
touch
him an
his
idiot.
wife.
I'm calling him an idiot.
Well-
I don't care about labels. If an imam is being so stupid to say that, then I don't consider him of any authority.
Suffers for that.
I do not blame him. I do not blame him. I do not blame him.
But I'm only going off of his own
Now,
experience.
of course he's going off his experience.
Aman was there and
Yes.
said, no,
You can't.
This is
cannot.
you can. Okay, that was his wife.
Of course she.
Yeah, that was
he
his
was
wife.
not a Muslim.
All right.
He wasn't. She
Now,
was. She
the
was.
only reason I can think of that the Imam has said this is from a Shari'i perspective, from a religious legislative perspective, they were never married in the eyes of God because the marriage wasn't done in accordance to Islam. Now, but then again, you have the excuse of ignorance. Because they were both ignorant of the matter, and this is the excuse I'm giving to them, all right, and not ignorant in a bad way, like they,
He was just following what they were
right?
saying.
No, but this is what we call ignorance. Because when you follow just what people say, the Quran warns us about following what our forefathers said, or what our friends said, or choosing just a friend for the sake of friendship. This is because that will lead exactly, and not just read it, but understand it and implement it. Understand and implement this. This is Islam.
Okay.
Okay? It is not what these idiots are doing. Okay?
It's good to talk with you.
Likewise.
We're going to head out. We're going to the fair talk.
Okay.
All the best.
You as well.
Take care.
Take care.
I'm sorry. So the argument is, like a Christian woman was married to a Muslim.
No. A Muslim woman was married to a Christian man. So under the Sharia, if that happens, they are not married in the eyes of Allah because it's not under the Sharia.
This is batil.
This is batil. Yeah. Zawaj batil. However, if there was ignorance in the matter, then obviously I'm not sheikh or anything, I can't say anything. Yeah. I call the Imam an idiot, but then I remember the Sharia. The Sharia, and this is probably why he said that, which means he's not an idiot. But he should have explained it. And this is where the hikmah needs to come from the Imam.
Originally, the marriage was not.
It's not marriage. Yeah.
Exactly. I think the perspective.
But Allah is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim.
Exactly.
So inshallah, he forgave her.
But explanation could come from Imam. Maybe they didn't understand.
Sah.
The whole marriage was not even legitimate.
So that's why he can't touch her. So that's why he couldn't touch her.
So they are invoking their experience to everyone's experience.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I hate is that people don't explain it to them. So then they walk away from these traumatic experiences thinking that Islam is responsible for it. But it's not.
I mean, maybe the Imam already explained, but they just don't want that. Maybe that's the reason. That's another reason.
Look. I don't like to assume that people have hid something. You know, we're supposed to give people excuses until it becomes clear that they are doing something bad or hiding something. And this is why even in terms of takfir, you can't make takfir upon a person until you eliminate all the excuses.
Don't you agree?
And even then you shouldn't, because it's not our place.
Don't you agree that we have tools we can utilize, the internet?
Yes.
If you suspect of anything, you can just go to the internet.
But this is what Rasul said. He said that we are going to return to a time of ignorance. It's not because of the information, it's because people don't want to check.
Exactly, that's my point, that they have, already established their opinion about that. So maybe that's the reason why, I don't know, but this is nonsense to me, to invoke an experience and get, whatever the media says, and come here and say, you're a Muslim, you are like that, you are a woman.
This is why us as Muslims...
I mean, generalization and also invoking their social, I would say, life, the way lifestyle.
But this is why us as Muslims, we need to learn our own religion. Because then if anyone comes to you, you already have the answers.
Exactly.
And subhanAllah, regardless of what they come with, I've dealt with people that try to do criticisms on the manuscripts of the Quran, the criticisms on the Bible, all of this stuff, scholarship stuff. But I never go into it because I know that at the fundamental level, they got it wrong.
They got it wrong.
So I just bring it back to basics. So us as Muslims, Allah hasn't asked us much. He's asked us to learn the basics. Learning our religion means learning the foundation.
That's why.
Because then we answer everything from it.
Quran, فتدبروا
Quran.
So utilize,
ponder upon it,
sense,
act on it.
Logic.
Yeah.
But I've come many people that they don't want, that's preferences.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.